You know, I make no bones about it. I am not a huge fan of restructuring contracts. However, if there was ever 1 year to do it, this is it.
So everybody doing Dingbat here. So today we come with the big ass dog. Dallas still stinks.
Yo, everybody doing? King Dingbat here, and I hope everybody's having a great Friday. I hope you guys are doing well. So before we start this video, just a few quick announcements. If you're somebody that wanted to buy some merchandise, make sure you click the link in the description, Moondog21. Use it, you'll get 25% off. Channel members, you guys got your own code for 50% off, but make sure you use it. I want you to make sure you get at least the 25% off in the discount. So use the code Moondog21. And why is it Moondog? It's simple. I got Bear Dog, he works for NASA, and the guy's out to the moon. So in honor of him, Moondog21. Other thing, tomorrow I will be doing a State of the Eagles stream with Gate City Sports. Cannot wait, great content creator, smart guy. I can't wait to get him on, pick his brain about the Eagles and the current situation and what he sees happening this offseason and going forward. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Make sure you click the subscribe button if you haven't. You don't want to miss that show. You don't want to miss anything on this channel because you never know what the hell's going to happen. But click the subscribe button. Appreciate it. And it's going to be fun. Now, let's get into business. Let's get into business. As Pizzle, the swamp rat, would say, tang, 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 tang. It's business. And the Eagles, their business is winning. That's right, I said it. Our business is winning because I think the Eagles can compete in the division this year. I'm not saying that there's some Super Bowl contender going to go win the whole thing, but in a weak division, which this is, I think they could win. And yes, I know the Cowboy fans, Mark and Dak Anthony, where's the fitness, waking up going, well, we signed Dak Prescott. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. And who knows, you could be great. However, you don't know how the guy's going to react coming back from an injury like he had. I think this division is wide open. I think that any of these four teams can win it, and that includes the Eagles, okay? We have had kind of a crazy offseason already. We traded our franchise quarterback. We're eating $33 million in dead money. That's unheard of, okay? Just for him, we're actually at $40 million in dead money hit, okay? And that's why I think the way the Eagles are approaching, that's one of the reasons why I think how the Eagles are approaching this offseason with these restructures actually makes sense. Now, I'm not a fan of always restructuring contracts. I have said this for quite a few years. I don't like it because eventually it comes back to haunt you. And the Eagles, in my opinion, I think they do it a little too much sometimes, okay? But if there was ever a year to do it, this is the year. This is the reason. This is the season and the reason why they got to do it. They are eating $40 million. Once they decided, hey, you know what? We're getting rid of Carson Wentz. We're going to trade him. This was the best option. Go ahead and restructure some deals and push some of that money back to 2022. And I'm going to tell you why. Okay, one, like I said, you're eating a lot of dead money. But number two, the reason you want to do it is because the cap is $182.5 million this year. It went down because of the pandemic. Now, next year, it's estimated to be up to about $220 million. Okay, that means that cap's going to jump up $40 million. And the Eagles are like right now $42 million under the cap in 2022. They're going to restructure some more contracts. Lane Johnson, Brandon Graham. And they're going to do those and push those. And maybe the cap goes down to 35 or to 30, 27, $28 million. However, when you get that extra cap space next year and they add $40 million, all of a sudden you're going to be sitting there around $60, $70 million under the cap. So restructuring deals this year, pushing it and having to worry about in 2022 makes things a lot easier, a lot more manageable, not just this year, but also next year. Because remember, next year Carson Wentz his money is off the books. Everything's off the books with him after this season. We're eating $33 million. If they didn't trade Carson Wentz, then maybe you go ahead and you cut some of these guys and you allow the dead money to build up to $30, $40 million with those guys. But once you trade Carson Wentz, it's a lot of dead money. $40 million is a lot of dead money to eat. Okay, they have to pay that with guys that aren't even on the team. So I think it's actually a really good move for the Eagles to do it this way. Now, what does that mean this year? This year, what that means is the Eagles are going to be able to get under the cap. They're going to be able to get under enough to be able to pay all the draft picks, and they're going to be able to fill some holes. They're not going to go out and spend big money. It's not going to be big names, not top-tier guys, but they're going to be able to fill holes that, along that roster where they need it. They're going to be able to get some guys cheap, and hopefully they fill the holes, and it makes this team competitive for a division. Okay? The key to the Eagles this offseason and going forward, it's the draft. We all know it's the draft. The Eagles got to hit on this draft. There's no question about it. And they're doing their due diligence. I know they are. I mean, I was watching Trey Lance. He had his pro day today. He goes out. They're showing him. He looks really good, by the way. I got to tell you. I think Trey Lance is going to be better than people think he's going to be. Now, I'm not advocating the Eagles should draft a quarterback. I don't think they should. However, they're going to do their homework. They had the quarterback coach and offensive coordinator were both there watching. You could see them on TV. So don't be surprised if one of these guys love one of these young quarterbacks. But Trey Lance, he was going through it today. The Eagles are there. They're going to do their due diligence because this draft is important. The draft is what's going to help us and get us over the top, in my opinion, over the next few years. So we got to hit on it, okay? But in the meantime, why kill yourself this year when you know you're going to get that extra $40 million, $40 million in cap space next year? I think this is the best way to do it. Now, if the Eagles get done next year and then they start restructuring contracts and pushing it down again, then I'm going to have a problem. I think this has to be the end of it. But because of the pandemic, because the cap went down, you got to take advantage of next year. I mean, a lot of people are saying that's what Jerry Jones did with Dak Prescott and his contract, taking advantage of the cap going up in 2022. So I think the Eagles are very smart that way. Howie Roseman, Jeffrey Lurie, they got to nail this draft. They got to nail this free agent. They got to nail the next 2 years in the offseason. They got to get things right. And I do think it's funny, though. I got to say, I do think it's funny that you have all these articles today coming out about Howie Roseman. I feel like Carson is gone now. Now the ire is turning to Howie Roseman. And look, I make no bones how I feel about Howie Roseman. I don't think he should be the GM. I think he should have another job within the organization. Leave the football stuff to football guys. That's how I feel. However, I do find it interesting that these things always seem to come in bunches, right? Today, you have an article, Jeff McClain, he puts out saying that Howie Roseman doesn't get along with everybody within the organization, from players to coaching staff to GMs to other guys. We know this already. This has been well reported. And he was talking about an incident in 2018. The Eagles were in England playing the Jags. And apparently Lane Johnson, he was getting pressured by Howie Roseman to suit up and to play. He was hurt. He wasn't sure if he was going to play. He winds up, getting pressured all week to play. Gets there, decides he's going to play, dresses up, puts his mouth guard on, is going out, and as he's walking by Howie Roseman makes some smart-ass comment like, good, you got your mouthpiece in, that way you won't be able to say anything, or you can't open your mouth, something like that, something to that effect. I'll put the link in the description. And it pissed Lane Johnson off. And Lane Johnson's like, I can't play for this shit. I can't do this. I can't do it. And he went up and he took his uniform off. Wasn't going to play. Took Chris Long, Jason Peters, some other guys to kind of calm him down, talk him into it. Went out and played after being pressured to play all week by Howie. Then having a comment made as he was walking out. He goes out and he gets hurt. He goes out and he gets hurt even worse, okay? So he probably shouldn't have played. And then Howie had to talk to some people about how to go and apologize. So clearly, the article was saying Howie has a hard time interacting with people, and he sticks his foot in maybe things he shouldn't be, like trying to force players to play when it's a doctor's decision. I think those are all things that we knew about him. But that article comes out, and then 2 hours later, another article comes out by The Athletic saying Howie Roseman is the second best GM in all of football. Now, I'm sorry, I can't believe that. at all. I don't buy that at all. And you guys know how I feel about Howie. It makes me wonder, like they knew that piece was going to come out about Howie. So they had something ready to go to make him look good, right? Something to take the, the attention away from the bad article. I'm a conspiracy theorist. I think these things all the time. Then you get Marcus Hayes, and he does an article about Jeffrey Lurie and how Lurie has basically lied to the media, lied to the fan base, and said that the Eagles were going to rebuild. That the reason why they fired Doug Peterson was because Peterson wanted to retool. He wanted to basically rebuild over the course of the next many years. Only to fire Doug, hire Nick Sirianni, and then start restructuring all these deals to be competitive next year. So the article was saying that Lurie essentially was lying because he had no real reason to fire Doug Peterson, a guy who had gone to 3 playoff games and won you a Super Bowl. So my thing is this. I don't know if he was lying. There's a lot of criticism going on with Jeffrey Lurie right now. And some of it is warranted. If the guy's interfering with picks and going, he's the owner, he can do what he wants, but forcing guys who, or scouts and stuff to take guys that they don't want, do things that they wouldn't normally do, it's not a good thing. It's not a good thing. However, I think that when that article was made, there's one big ingredient that they really leaving out, okay? And that was Carson Wentz. They had no idea. Was Carson staying? Was he going? What was going to happen? I think once Carson gets traded and you're eating $33 million of dead money, how much dead money do we expect this guy to eat? $60, $70 million? The only thing left for him was really to restructure and take advantage of next year. So I don't know that I think he's lying, but I do find it interesting that these articles are coming out at the same time. Is there friction between Jeffrey Lurie? Howie are people positioning chess pieces for the fall if something goes wrong in the upcoming seasons? I don't know, but it's very, very interesting. Who knows? Who the hell knows? But let me know what you guys think. I was thinking about streaming today. I was thinking about live streaming, but I said, you know what? You're going to see me on Saturday. You're going to probably see me on Sunday, especially if I can do that Sixers game. And we'll see. But anyways, let me know what you think in the comment section. With that said, take care. I will talk to you later. And don't be a dingbat.